And so I think there's something beautiful about the fact that you can't see the water.
Yeah.
And so
Good and bad? I don't know.
It is a mental thing where you don't have to kind of see the water because it gets gross really quick.
It does.
And that's the
Yes,
hardest
that's
part of
true.
cleaning a bong is then immediately it's dirty again. You see the little chunks of nugs floating. And it's just part of the thing.
Yeah.
There's nothing to be, you can't hate on it. But if I don't have to see it, it's kind of all the better.
It's better.
And so
Yeah.
it's hidden behind this beautiful aluminum.
Kind of like a hot dog.
You don't want to know how it's made. Just want to munch on it.
Just want to eat it.
Leaf Life.
Every stoner knows that the paraphernalia used to get high is almost as imperative as the weed itself. And for nearly 600 years, the innovative ways to make this one ubiquitous smoking device proves that this cannabis culture goes well beyond papers and matches. This is BONGS.
Yeah.
With the unbreakable bongs.
Yes, the best.
Yeah, well, our first
Amazing.
segment is craftsmanship. Hey, man, you got to know where your bong is made.
That's right.
Because you want that thing to last. They
Yes.
do break. And our second segment, we got them right here. The Cybertruck of bongs. It's BONK, B-O-N-G-K. But before we get medicated, we've got to get educated. So
Yes.
let's get stoned.
All right, y'all.
Yeah, AJ. We're not spinning the wheel yet, AJ. No, not quite there.
I'm ready.
Yeah, of course. Well, wherever your day out there, you who's listening has led you. Now it's time to fire up, chew up, or drink up, get in the mood as we introduce this show's Greg the Guinea Pig.
Hey, what's up, y'all? It's Greg the Guinea Pig. Who's our guest this week?
Greg the Guinea Pig warning. These tasks are undertaken by experienced cannabis users and under the supervision of accredited professionals. So please take our advice and definitely try this at home.
Try this at home. Try this at your buddy's house, your girl's house, wherever at a sesh. This week, all the way up from Eugene, Oregon, we've got Jacob Robinson, who's the owner and operator of BONK, B-O-N-G-K, who make expertly crafted chrome unbreakable bongs. Once again in Eugene, which at one point was the epicenter of glass blowing, and now you're creating the epicenter of world-renowned bongs. Jacob, welcome to the Leaf Life Podcast, my gentleman.
Hi.
Awesome. Thank you guys. Thanks for having me. This is killer.
All right.
I'm so
Ducks.
stoked to be here.
Yeah.
Got some beautiful weeds sitting
Yeah,
in front
we
of me.
do.
Awesome people.
Lazy Beats
Loving it.
coming. He's not going to be smoking, so let's call in a pinch hitter.
And now, stepping up to the plate, here's today's pinch hitter.
Pinch hitter, that's you, AJ. So spin that wheel
Oh,
and let's see
yeah.
what you're going to be smoking on.
Batter
Now,
up, baby.
What's in AJ's stash?
Hey, AJ, what's in your stash?
All right, batter up, baby. I'm excited. And I get to try smoking it out of your...
Yeah.
Okay. So what do you got here for us?
This is a beautifully built
Yeah.
by my son, Joseph.
Okay, it's pink.
It's pink. This was made for my wife and in honor of her beating cancer. So
Hell
this is her
yeah.
cancer beater. She's been smoking on this
Yeah.
one for
Sister.
3 or 4 years now, and this is her daily driver, and we cleaned it up real nice, brought it up for the show. And
Wow. It's
looks-
a Warriors piece.
It looks
Yeah.
brand new.
Yeah, it really
Too.
does.
Yeah.
unbreakable.
Wow. It's
Forever
nice
bong.
and cold. Wait, is it? It's not glass. It's metal.
This is aluminum. These are
Aluminum.
TIG-welded aluminum.
Wow. So it's also nice and sturdy. Definitely sturdy.
It's like a bong you've never seen before.
No.
It's extremely industrial looking. It has like
Futuristic.
the plating. What do you call the at the
This
bottom?
is
The
this
base.
is diamond plate here.
Diamond plate.
Yep. And we have them also with just flat plate. But,
So if you're watching on YouTube at Leaf Life Podcast V2, you can see these bongs for yourself. They're unbelievably, they're gorgeous, they're very highly functional, and they're indestructible, unbreakable. Check them out for yourself at bonk.me on Instagram. Not, trying to advertise for you, but why not? You're here. You
Yeah.
made the trip from Eugene.
Hello.
And AJ's going to hit that beautiful piece that is so
Lazy bees.
so sacred
Oh,
to
so
your
bomb.
wife after surviving cancer. Honestly, bro. So not to get into that, let's watch AJ toke this out of a huge bong with a beautiful glass bowl.
Yeah.
And there's the exhale. And obviously it hits extremely well as too.
And I feel blessed. I feel so honored because I just smoked out of a Warriors personal piece that she, that the whole movement, the reason that we're here has a lot to do with fuck cancer. Like, you know, and let's be honest about the treatments and the therapies that are available that you can grow in your backyard to help somebody recover. And these are the devices that we need proudly. You know, I need this in my life in order to maintain my wellness. And this is beautiful, my friend. I love how it was a nice, cool, cold hit, and it feels good and like sturdy and foundational in my hand, so I know I'm not gonna break it.
Nice.
And secondly, the Lazy Bees, such a clean toke. Like,
yeah, that's
truly,
the flower that you're smoking. What strain is that?
Such a clean toke, you guys. This is Bacio bars. It's Wonka bars times gelato. It's beautiful. It looks like it's got a lot of red hairs going on. It feels like a sativa in my body. I love their quality. Sun grown.
Yeah, and they've won multiple Leaf Bowls as well. Lazy Bee is an
Absolutely.
outstanding operation. So let's talk about the bongs and where they came from. So, you know, back in, I don't know, what, the 60s is where bongs became kind of popular and famous. You know, you had roach clips. It was a different culture back then. But does the bong go past that? When was the first bong made? Do you know?
I don't know the exact date, but it was a couple of guys with some bamboo, and next thing you know, they had a bong.
Here in the United States?
I'm going to guess it was in Southeast Asia.
Yeah.
So I honestly have no idea.
Fair. So there are different types of bongs, right? Maybe the first one I smoked out of was bamboo as well.
Really?
Yeah, I think so. You know,
Awesome.
in fact, I know a guy down in California who makes them. His name's June. They're exquisite. He's Japanese, and it's sort of a culture over there to smoke out of bamboo. And of course, we get glass bongs as well. And you know, there's so many different ways to use cannabis, but a bong gets you potentially the biggest, most aerated hit out of any way to use cannabis. And if you're an OG who comes from the old days, bongs are like, it's a flex. And like I said in the open, paraphernalia is almost as imperative as the weed itself. What you're smoking out of, it's the look, it's the feel, it's the effect. And bongs are potentially, next to maybe pre-rolls or rolled joints, the most preferred way to use cannabis.
Yep. These are just, because I've never purchased a bong because they were glass. And I thought the cats and the kids and whatever, you know. But look at this. Plus, it matches my hair.
It does perfectly.
It looks gorgeous. It looks gorgeous
So
with your
cool.
outfit, Bear.
Well, there's something beautiful about filtering cannabis through water. And that's
Yeah.
what the bong does. You know, in Jamaica, they call it the chalice. And I think, you know, people have probably been trying to water filter with tobacco for a long time. You know, but did they call it a bong? No.
No, it's a
But-
hookah.
You know, hookahs are also, you know, the Middle Eastern version of a bong.
Oh, yeah.
But
Oh,
there's something
yeah.
about the action of a bong when you clear the bowl and you get that rush of the hit into your lungs. And I remember like being a late teenager, 18, 19, you take a bong hit and you would just be wrecked. And it would just like smack you.
Yeah.
And even today, like I don't take bong hits during the workday.
Oh, that's
It-
smart.
You know, I'll dab, I'll hit a vape pen. At night when I'm done working, that's when the bong comes out because it gets you fucking high.
Wow.
It does.
Like higher than a dab?
I think in some ways,
Yeah, it's a more full body high for sure.
Oh, okay.
It's my preferred way. I prefer to smoke bong rips. Yeah, it just puts me in my creative zone. Also, you guys, I've scaled down my smoking and my time management has increasingly gotten better.
That's shocking.
I'm just saying, but because I used to bong rip, you know, before I got ready and before I left the door, you know, it's like,
now
hello.
we know.
Yeah. So anyways, bong rips are pretty powerful indeed. I
Bong rip
love
confessionals.
I love the clean aspects of it, you know, like how it just feels so good and clean and cooled down by the time it hits your throat. Well, yours particularly feels cool. Is that the aluminum effect?
Yeah, the aluminum really helps hold that cold.
What made you decide to make aluminum bongs?
So my wife has a interesting habit of kind of maybe breaking bongs every once in a while. They'll
sure,
hit
yeah.
the floor or something, and
I have that habit too.
Oh.
It's very destructive.
it happens. It's okay.
It's a hard one.
So yeah, one day, you know, after out camping, I've had to MacGyver a lot of bongs together over the years, and a bong went down, and
Go ahead.
I said, you know what?
Man down!
I'm going to make you one that you're not ever going to break.
Nice.
So I went out to the garage and I just started building.
Nice.
And
Awesome.
I should have brought it with me today. I still have it. We still have
the
it.
original.
The
Prototype.
original,
The
very
OG.
first one. Yeah.
So
Well, bongs
cool.
were kind of the precursor to the dab rig, right?
Yeah.
A smoking device that's aerated. It's a very, I don't know if it's probably a European device, the bong, but it does afford a different type of buzz. Obviously, the cannabis that you use is going to, have a different effect, but a bong is a different effect, I think, than smoking a joint from doing a dab rig. But, back in like the 60s, 70s, and 80s, from what I know, the bong was a flex, right?
Oh, yeah.
Smoking a joint's one thing, but if you got a bong, let's do a bong hit. And then people got like excited about it. And, one of our shows actually we did in the Las Vegas series back in the early days of the Leaf Life podcast, we did our show. It's called the Cannabis Museum. It's a cannabis
yes.
museum. And Jerome Baker, whose real name is Jason Harris, has like a one-story bong. I'm not even sure how big it is, but it's massive. The thing's got to be like 40 feet tall.
Wild.
And
Yeah,
so
it's wild.
it's a certain part of cannabis culture that you can celebrate and differentiate, and the look and the feel and the stem and the amount of smoke that you get through, and it's got to hit right, and there's got to be the right amount of bass and such, kind of like music, is a very, effective way to change the buzz from bong to bong. It's almost like surfboards.
Absolutely.
The conditions are very ever changing. So you got to have a different surfboard for each different type of wave. And I personally have a bong collection at home. I've got like 7 or 8 different bongs dating through a range of about 25 years. Each one has a different look and a different feel to it. And it's part of my celebrating cannabis culture. A bong is like a business card of the type of smoker that you are.
Absolutely.
It's a good way to look at
It's a
it. I like
statement.
that. Yeah.
Also, you guys, did you guys know that here in the United States, that's where the term bong emerged? It was like in the 1940s. But the idea of the bong pipe, definitely, I think the first, the oldest versions were found in Laos or Thailand,
That makes
tropical
sense.
places made out of bamboo sticks. Yeah, but
really cool.
apparently here in the United States, that's we coined it that. The bong.
Far out. Well, it's a very American word. I mean,
That's
it
right.
means nothing. It's just like a monomonopoeia, right?
Yeah.
Kinda.
I'm gonna piece. What?
All right, in the second segment, we'll talk about the Cybertruck of bongs, which we're using right here. But first, Jacob, it's time for you to play Florida Man.
This Florida man is accused of having
Florida
sex
man.
with a miniature horse,
Naked man. Obviously intoxicated.
Attacking a man with a singing fish
And
plaque.
waving bags of drugs around.
sounds funny, but it's not once you're the one being given the wedgie.
It's Florida Man.
All right, my boss. The man is a craftsman.
Let's do it.
It's like he's building a truck with the Cybertruck. All right.
Let's
These
go.
are way more sturdy than a
What's up?
Cybertruck.
Yeah.
Elon Busk. Okay.
Elon Bonk.
Bonk. Bonk Musk.
Elon Musk, if you're listening out there, I will be a surrogate. I would like to have your child.
Wow.
Girl, he's got 5 already. He don't need
I
any
know.
more.
I heard that he's
Jesus.
into populating.
I thought it was 9.
I think those human genetics mixed with mine would make a really well balanced, environmentalist, sustainable.
No, that's a bad idea. We'll talk later.
Let's go,
That's a
Elon.
Bad idea.
Come on, Leaf Life Podcast.
I just want to sell him one of these.
There you
And
go.
he wants to sell you a Cybertruck.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Florida man. Which of these news headlines is true?
Yes.
3, right? You heard this game before?
No.
Oh.
Let's play.
Perfect.
Okay.
All right, here we go. Number 1. Florida man taken into custody after skydiving naked while pulling a 20-foot banner through the air that read, "My wiener is flapping in the wind," and a boombox playing the song Freebird by Leonard Skinner.
Seems legit.
That's
Very legit.
great.
Yeah, there you
I
go.
actually maybe did something similar to that once.
Exactly.
How was the banner attached?
Oh, good question.
To his back.
Yeah.
Yeah. He had a harness.
Yeah, that was it.
Not with his flagpole.
No.
Wes, you're giving the clue. He's going to know this is the true one. Here we go. Number 2. Florida man who calls himself the Trash Panda removed from local Ohatchee Quickie Mart dumpster after living for days in a raccoon costume. It was noted by police enforcement that the man incessantly hissed while receiving his Miranda rights.
That sounds legit also.
Very legit, brother.
Yes.
No kidding. This guy reads the news,
I want
right?
to meet the trash panda.
Florida.
And number 3, Florida man buys mask at gas station to burglarize bank across the street. Which one, brother?
That seems pretty.
1, 2, or 3? Which one's true?
Which one's true?
Yeah, 2 of them are not true, believe it or not.
3?
He's right.
Yeah, that was a dead giveaway.
What a miracle. Was it really, AJ? Boy,
Awkward.
pull it on you next time.
got
The
a
man was
subliminal
caught on
message
video
there.
purchasing a mask from a gas station before walking across the street to burglarize a bank and was charged with burglary despite the fact that the only thing he walked away with was the mask that set him back $5.
Oh, dude. That's so stupid.
That's a bad burglar,
That's a
man.
bad burglar.
They must not have any hoods in Florida, because
Smoke another bong or it, AJ.
oh dear.
If you want to discover cannabis news, reviews, entertainment, and culture and explore every single Leaf magazine at your convenience, search leafmagazines.com. Coming up in our second segment, we'll dive into the cyber truck of bongs, a company called BONGK. We'll get another spin of AJ's wheel and kick it all off with another episode of Why Didn't I Think of That with Mary J. White. Leaf Life continues in just a moment.
These products have intoxicating effects and may be habit forming.
Marijuana can impair concentration, coordination, and judgment.
Do not operate a vehicle or machinery under the influence of this drug.
There may be health risks associated with consumption of these products.
For use by adults 21 and older.
Keep out of the reach of children.
Leaf Life.
Welcome to the second half of this Leaf Life show called Bongs. In just a moment, we'll get back into the cyber truck of bongs, a company called BONGK, and we'll spin AJ's wheel to see what products Jacob Robinson, who's the owner and operator of BONGK, who makes expertly crafted chrome unbreakable bongs aluminum out of Eugene, Oregon. This shows Greg the guinea pig and what he's going to be trying next. But first, Mary, it's time for Why Didn't I Think of That?
Okay.
Why didn't I think of that?
Why didn't I think of that?
Whoa, why didn't I think of that?
Because you were stoned.
All right, Mary J. White,
This is really cool.
dig it.
Okay. You know, and for a lot of us have issues with the disposable aspects of a lot of our cannabis products, right?
Yes.
You know, those disposable vapes and stuff like that.
Big
They're
issues.
delicious, but you know. So, there's a new era, my friends, a new era in sustainability coming to the cannabis space. Yes. With the Christmas Washington corn cob pipe.
What?
That's right, my friends. That's right.
Cool.
The
Gonna
corn
put
cob
BONGK out
pipe.
of business.
Oh, no.
Just started.
We would never do that. This is for people who don't want a bong. There's hardly any, though, Zach. But this corn cob pipe.
It's Jacob.
Jacob. I thought it was Zach.
No.
I'm going to call you Zach. Anyway,
Okay.
Zach, there's a...
Jacob.
It's a timeless smoking apparatus, you guys. And it's all about going green. They have a mid-sized design on this cute little corn cob, elegant nickel ferrule, whatever that is. And there's a classic yet environmentally conscious smoking experience for enthusiasts such as ourselves. So, Zach, if the...
He nodded.
Zach,
But,
it is.
You know, one of your beautiful bongs and then a corn cob, we're good to go, man.
Oh, man. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're set for life.
I
pretty
think
much.
so.
Do you think the corn cobs last?
Well,
That's what I'm wondering.
they're easy to replace. Let's say that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are they indestructible now? No.
No.
Not like the BONGK.
That's right.
Not like the bomb.
Thank you very much, Mary J. White. All right,
welcome.
AJ, spin that wheel.
I like sustainable designs. I'm gonna have to look up that cob.
All right.
Bro, look at this masterpiece. Just take a look at that, my friend.
She's
it
showing
smells
off.
amazing.
She's showing off
Those
some nugs.
flowers are just absolutely gorgeous. Grape gasoline.
From Lazy Bee Farms.
Goodness.
So-
yes. Grape pie times jetty gelato.
Ooh, that
That
sounds,
gas.
sounds good.
The flower formation is just like, undeniable.
Bud structure.
Yeah, the bud structure is like undeniable what it represents.
Okay, pinch hitter here. AJ's going to light that bowl.
Ooh,
A special sacred bong.
And that's clean green
Hit it out of the park.
certified,
That's what I would do.
sun-grown flower. So it really is about as clean as it gets.
Yeah,
nice.
it's same as organic.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's good, huh?
AJ's baked. Here we go.
Oh, dear.
Super fire. Thank you, Lazy Bees. That feels, it's also very calming.
Oh, that's
I was
good.
feeling a little anxious, I'm not going to lie, but that calmed me down.
Were you
Good.
feeling anxious?
Yeah.
You don't act like it.
I get a little anxious sometimes.
Really?
I mean, anytime I'm around you, bro.
Yeah, well, I'm a perfectionist.
You get a little bit anxious. Yeah, there's a standard I gotta like keep, step my game up. And
That's
shit.
right.
That's right, girl.
I keep her on her toes,
Especially
bro.
on the mic.
That's right.
On the mic with Mike.
That's right.
Intense twice in a row. The name, Mike and Mike.
It's intense. It's enough to cause anxiety.
I'm ready for some
We
Mike
got
and
the
Ike's.
Ooh.
You ready for what, Wes?
Mike and Ike's.
Mike and Ike's, yummy.
Yum.
Kind of look like the color of your bongs, brother. So they're so diverse. They are beautiful and colorful. And let's go back to that story that we were discussing before. When you started your first building of the bong, and now you've got this amazing invention. I've never seen a bong like this. I mean, the dude is a welder. These are welded tight, correct?
Absolutely.
Which is why you'll never break one.
You're not going to break it.
You can throw the damn thing off a building and it's going to bounce, right?
It will. Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
You could potentially kind of, scuff the surface up, but
Of
you're
course.
still going to have a usable product right
You're still
there.
going to be able to smoke. So why something so industrious?
I have a little bit of boat building background. I built some aluminum boats for the commercial fishing industry.
Okay.
And so I learned about how to work with metal. And so when the time came to build my wife a bong, and it was like, hey, here we go. Like, I'm just going to build it out of something I know how to work with because I'm not a woodworker. I'm a metal worker. So, or a glass worker. I'm not a glass worker. So I did what I know how to do.
Yeah.
So initially I would just, cut the little parts out and, fit them all together and weld them up. And now we've advanced past that. We have patterns and, we get them laser cut out, the little pieces. And
This one is like arc welded.
TIG welded is the
TIG
correct
weld. Okay,
term.
TIG
Yep.
welded. Wow, yeah, it's different. I mean, because the other ones they have like a smooth incision, I guess.
The weld?
Like the incision mark, the weld mark, yeah.
Yeah.
Are you referring to the weld?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. All the welds look kind of like welds. They're
If you know anything
this
about
one's like
welding,
smoothed over. I see.
they're very
It's
tight welds.
Yeah.
Tight beads.
Yeah, the tight bead.
Yep.
Yeah, for people not watching on YouTube, it's very
Pretty cool.
difficult
I like that.
for them to actually get an image. So it's best if you go to bonk.me on Instagram.
We're on all the major socials.
Of course.
Good.
And so you take a tube and you attach it to the laser cut pieces.
Yep.
And then it's really indestructible. And that I can't overemphasize. Like, it's so hard to take a bong with you to places.
Oh, yeah.
And like, if
Absolutely.
you want to take bong hits out in nature, you
Yeah.
want to go camping,
Yeah.
you're spending a week in a tent, you want to take some bong hits.
Mm-hmm.
And glass is just not a very friendly thing to travel.
Yeah.
True.
You've got to have cases. You've got to pack it. When you pack, sticky things in foam cases, they get the shit stuck to them.
Yeah.
It's just a whole thing. And then aluminum's very clean.
Yeah.
It
too.
is.
Mhm.
Yep.
And it's not like there are different types of metals that are treated with things that wouldn't be good to smoke out of.
Oh,
But
yeah.
aluminum is probably very healthy.
It is, yes. And of course the bowl and stem are still glass. And, I wouldn't smoke out of a soda can or something, it's not high school anymore. But yeah, we're burning in the glass bowl. And of course the water's doing all the filtration. It's clean. We actually had a little concern of that. So we went scientific. We did some actual scientific tests where we put water in it, took bong hits, let them sit for 24 hours, took that water to an analytic lab, had it tested.
Wow.
They're clean.
Cool. That's good
yeah.
to know. I was going to ask that.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
the issue with the
that.
pop can is the inside of the pop can has a chemical liner
Yeah.
Mhm.
for freshness and to keep the soda from dissolving the can itself.
Yeah.
Because like Coca-Cola will take rust off things. It's a very great rust remover.
Yeah.
It's acidic. And then on the outside of the can, you have that aluminum can paint that was, sprayed on there. And so when you smoke out of a pop can, which I did more than a few times, you're kind of smoking all that.
Mhm.
And it's just not what you want to do for a daily. Does the aluminum have less like resin buildup than glass, or is it pretty comparable to as far as cleaning and upkeep?
Yeah.
It's been a long time since I've dailied a glass piece, but these are very easy to keep clean. Just daily, hot water in your sink, rinse it out. Occasionally, if you need a deeper clean, any of the standard bong cleaning products or your isopropyl alcohol. Or sometimes I just take them out in the backyard, take my pressure washer and blast them out because they're that
gangster.
tough.
Wow.
That's
because
wild.
with glass, a lot of breaking comes from cleaning.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
There's
yes.
videos of people cleaning very expensive pieces of glass and it goes down.
Oh, no.
And then there's something about resin and glass where it really sticks to it. And one thing that I don't like is hitting a dirty bong. And if I can see funky stuff in there, and especially if it's not my bong, like when it's your bong, it's kind of like it's your den.
Yeah.
Right? It's your nest.
Yeah.
You can, lay in bed with dirty laundry at home.
Yeah.
But you don't want to go to someone else's house and lay in their bed with dirty laundry.
Right.
And that's where if like I see
Very
someone
true.
else's bong and it's all resonated and it's got some off-colored water, I'm like, what is wrong here?
It's nasty.
And so I think there's something beautiful about the fact that you can't see the water.
Yeah.
And so
Good
like,
and bad. I don't know.
It is a mental thing where you don't have to kind of see the water because it gets gross really quick.
It
And
does.
that's the
Yes,
hardest
that's
part of
true.
cleaning a bong is then immediately it's dirty again.
Right.
You see the little chunks of nugs floating.
Aw.
And it's just part of the thing.
Yeah.
There's nothing to be, you can't hate on it. But if I don't have to see it, it's kind of all the better.
It's better.
And so
Yeah.
it's hidden behind this beautiful aluminum.
Kind of like a hot dog.
You don't want to know how it's made. Just want to munch on it.
Just want to eat it.
And on that
Aye,
green
aye.
bong, you've got terpene chemical structures etched on there, right?
My son did all that etching work.
Dope.
He's the main welder now. I taught him how to weld, and now he's way better than I am. So I just let him do his thing, and
That's the goal.
he's amazing. Yeah, he's really got some talent, and so he's doing some etching on some of these. He's done some really neat ones with eyeballs and different things, and got a few different designs with etches, but they're all just one of a kinds.
So
Nice.
cool.
And what is the color process? Is it a paint or is it?
No, it is
Like-
not a paint. This is an
Okay.
organic dye. So these are anodized, which is a chemical process, and it makes the outer surface of the aluminum extremely hard, almost diamond hardness. I should have looked it up so I would know. But on the Rockwell scale, anodizing on aluminum is almost diamond hard.
Wow.
And it's microscopically porous, so it takes dye. So these are organic dyes on these, and we work with a really good couple of guys at a local anodizing shop in Eugene, and they are doing some really neat stuff. I don't have any examples with me, but they're we're getting some multicolors. They're working on a tie-dye one for us right now.
Yeah.
I cannot wait to see it. It's going to be really cool.
And so
You guys
that's
are-
clean.
Love
It
that.
won't
Yeah.
scratch off or fade.
Right.
Like that's 4 years old and it literally looks
Brand new.
brand
Yes.
new.
Yeah.
You cannot, and I'm sure it's been tipped over or
Oh
you
yeah,
know, had some travel.
It's lived its life. Oh yeah.
How many hours does it take to make one of these indestructible bongs?
Kind of depends. They're all a little different. So, of course, but a simple one could be as far as just the process of building it, not doing any of the finish work on it, could be anywhere from an hour to a few hours per bong. And then the finishing processes, depending on what those are, those can be very labor intensive, or we sell them just raw also, just plain Jane. You can draw on it with a magic marker and put your own art on it if you want.
like a
And-
Cybertruck where it's that kind of silver brushed aluminum
Yep,
look.
it's just plain aluminum. You can just wipe it off with isopropyl alcohol, draw something else on it if you want.
And
or put
what's
some
next for
stickers.
bonk, brother? You've made like 100 of these already, right?
Yep, we're up to almost 170 now.
Okay.
And we've got some really cool stuff coming. I don't want to spill the beans too much, but we got some really cool stuff coming in the next few months. And we have some neat designs. And we got lots of stuff on paper that it takes time to get it, into something that we can produce on a regular basis.
I love it. It's innovative. It's fresh. And you know what? These things will last forever.
You're going to put it in your will and give it to your grandkids.
Exactly.
Nice.
Look, and
All right.
this one belongs to a cancer warrior. We got a cancer warrior in the house, you guys.
All right,
Your
Jacob,
beautiful wife.
it's time for you to play the Weirded Lorax.
Oh, this is good.
I haven't seen this one.
Can we
This is
all
good.
just get a long hair? Weird. Beard. This is the Weirded Lorax.
Hey, brother, you know who the bearded Lorax is, right? You're pointing to him. Okay.
You have a very fine beard, too.
It is nice.
Yeah.
Why, thank you.
It's beautiful.
Did you trim it for the show?
I did. It was a little bigger a few days ago. I was stopped off at a barber shop just a couple of days ago.
It's nice.
He hooked me up with some nice product.
Well,
Keep it all
manscaping.
in, kind of
Yeah.
where it's supposed to be, I guess.
Yeah.
Nice.
You and Wes are like beard models, brother.
Yeah.
Like AJ and Mary are hand models.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
All
Look at
right.
Okay. So if you know a little bit about bearded Loraxes, you'll know that they're also kind of weird. Which, is common for
We're all a little weird.
people
go.
and Loraxes. So.
He's from Eugene.
He's from Eugene.
Yeah.
He's no stranger to weird.
Eugene,
Oh,
Oregon.
yeah.
So, which of these 3 events actually did happen? The other 2 could happen, but they didn't.
Did they happen to?
Yes.
Okay.
Allegedly.
Bearded Lorax.
One of them possibly.
One of them definitely.
happened. Okay.
2 of them, you just got to sift through and determine which one happened, brother. It's
right.
tough. It's a
Okay.
real challenge. All right. Look, he's staring into the skies.
I'm
Thinking
concentrating.
hard. Concentrate. All right, here we go. Number 1. Due to the fact that just about every other weed magazine in existence has gone out of print, TMZ recently contacted the Bearded Lorax's representation, Leaf Consigliere Devin Lorax, to obtain the publishing rights to his tell-all novel called Culture Vultures and Scallywags, with the handsome offer of 1 million cans of Ramon Pena gold-cooked sardines in olive oil with roasted garlic, which he mournfully rejected due to
Deal.
the scheduling conflicts that would delay his ability to give the manuscript a proper finish before being published. Yeah, he thought about it hard, as you can see.
You get paid in sardines. You can flip some of them.
Sure.
You can store some of them.
Yeah, well,
That was a whole
okay.
Yeah.
whoa,
And number 2.
sitcom.
The Bearded Lorax pitched a concept for a game show called, to NBC, by the way, called Methinks Thou Art an Asshole, which they seriously considered even calling for a second meeting with his representation, Leaf Consigliere Devin Lorax. However, the plans were scrapped after conducting a background search where they learned that the Bearded Lorax had fathered a billy goat named Hybrid with the Greek god Pan's little sister whose name is Pot.
Oh, my God.
Hybrid pot. Aw, what a cute little guy.
What a sweet little thing.
I'm really hoping it's number 2.
well, you got to hear
Come
number
on,
3, though, man.
Netflix. Let's go.
And number 3. At the Los Angeles wedding for Leaf Consigliere Devin Lorax, the Bearded Lorax was peering over the balcony to see what kind of mischief his calves were up to when the Bearded Lorax caught his 16-year-old calf Emily Lorax drink sneaking. Meanwhile, the wedding reception disco rave, highlighted by an electric violinist who feverishly rode waves of screeching songs meant to emulate current pop hits from the land of Atlantis, drowned out any frivolous conversation in the room that sounded anything fainter than a jumbo jet taking off from nearby LAX. Number 1, 2, or 3, brother.
I wish I could say 2, but I'm going to have to go with 3. Just hoping it's 2, though.
I know.
He's right.
Yeah.
Good job, Zach.
Come on, Netflix.
As soon as you pull LAX in, and it's like, okay, anything's possible in LA.
Anything's possible in LA, brother. Congratulations. You nailed it. Jacob, where can we find Bonk on social media?
Bonk.me. Bonk me. We are, that's our, bonk me.
Well-
That's our website, bonk.me. And then socials, bonk.me on all of the.
BONGK.me.
Yep.
And
On,
BONGK.me.com.
Yeah.
Fair.
.me. BONGK.me. That's
Oh,
it.
cool.
Yep. Bonk
Everywhere.
me.
Bonk
Just
me.
Bonk me.
Sounds
Let's go.
dirty.
Yeah.
Sounds
And then
a
all the
little
major
dirty.
socials, Facebook, Insta,
All of
X.
X, yeah.
What else?
Go follow Bonk right now.
I think there's a couple more.
Thank you for coming all the way up from Eugene, Oregon to be on the Leaf Life podcast.
Awesome. This has been
you.
great. Thank you guys. Really good time.
Wes, next week, modeling and cannabis.
Oh,
I would love to be a model.
Ooh la la.
I can see you rocking the runway there, Wesley.
I can see you
yes.
doing blue
With
steel,
the
baby.
chest hair out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A
Get
true
nugs woven into it.
A true modelo.
Download this and all Leaf Life episodes at leafmagazines.com. And please subscribe on YouTube at Leaf Life Podcast V2. Now get ready for another episode of Stony Baloney, which is also available at leafmagazines.com. And please be kind to animals.
Your hosts for Leaf Life are Mike Ricker and Wes Abney. Leaf Life is produced by Mike Daly. Some of the music heard is provided by purple-planet.com. Every bit of cannabis you use is female, so please respect the ladies. Leaf Life is brought to you by Leaf Nation, featuring Alaska Leaf, Oregon Leaf, Northwest Leaf, Maryland Leaf, Utah Leaf, Northeast Leaf, and California Leaf. On the shelf now in your local retailer. Now, please stay tuned for this week's edition of Stony Baloney by Mike Ricker.
Stony Baloney by Mike Ricker.
The triumphant return of the mustache. Since the first Caribbean pirate washed down his minnow stew with peppercorn-spiced rum, the mouth mane has stood as a solid sign of masculinity. However, as hair trends wane and wax, the last 30 years or so have not been friendly to the man stache. Like, if you donned a thick one and a person caught a glimpse in their periphery, they might do a double take, curiously considering if they just witnessed a caterpillar nesting under a stranger's nose. But the mustache is cool again. Now, this is not to be confused with the molestache. A dude rocking a confident, purposefully maintained lip wig has nothing to apologize for. But when a dandruff filter protrudes over the orifice like a warning label to hide anything that's pretty, you wonder if twisted thoughts may be at play. This also does not include the Saddam Hussein. That's the abundantly flourishing frown fur that seconds as a push broom. A good example is the wiry-haired baby boomer whose peach fuzz began emerging in the 6th grade, eventually blossoming into a thick black pipe cleaner that is much as part of his smile as the brown teeth. We're talking about guys who draw attention with intention, celebrating the bro grow as a statement. Be it in defiance to conformity or absolute ownership of his gender identification, he boldly brandishes his face flag as a male human, recognizing gallantry as a virtue. It is proudly presented as part of his personal brand. It's different this time. Call it a comeback. The mustache has waited patiently, and this is its renaissance. The stigma is ending, and we are entering a new era of acceptance. Kinda like cannabis.
Stony Baloney. These products have intoxicating effects and may be habit-forming.
Marijuana can impair concentration, coordination, and judgment.
Do not operate a vehicle or machinery under the influence of this drug.
There may be health risks associated with consumption of these products.
For use by adults 21 and older.
Keep out of the reach of children.